Hi, hello everybody! Welcome back to Caelus City. My name is OPT Lawyer, and joining me today are two people I've somehow roped into doing this repeatedly. Chammy and Tej. How are you guys doing, and why are you here? Okay, great! So anyway,
I'm not gonna say, you say.
I ain't saying crap.
That was so perfect.
That was completely unplanned, by the way.
It was! It was entirely unplanned. It was so perfect, too. It's why I just cut in with anyway. So last time in our wonderful world of Caelus City, you guys had an amazing adventure in the digital world. If for some odd reason we didn't have any Digimon, which made me really sad, but I probably should have done that. That was my job, whatever. But Cal, you went into the digital world because it was important, because your mother was being affected by some mind memory suppression thing that, that basically you went inside to stop. So, you know. There was Mega Man references, there were Sonic references. No, I'm sorry, Zelda references, there were Mario references, and there was a Samus reference. Because, you know, of course everything has to end with a 3-minute timer.
We saved the animals.
Yes,
did.
you did. You saved the animals. That was the
Sink is still alive. You saved the animals.
Yes, you did. Absolutely. That was. Oh, and speaking of which, so you we pretty much ended the last episode. Cal's mom is starting to have brain function activity again. Cal was happy, emotional, and then jumped directly back into DP 50. Owen, he got up because he thought he was going to go into the digital world, but he didn't. He took over for
Sakurai
after he got the crap shocked out of him, because reasons. And, basically we just kind of left everything there. Sakurai was awake and, you know, trying to feel his limbs again. Believe Mary, his wife, was there just taking care of as many people as she can, because she's a nurse, which is just really convenient for everybody. I think just everybody's there, right?
there was also a problem with Owen, who was sicker than he should be.
Well, yeah, he's been sick for a while. He got up, but yeah, he's been sick. He's not doing hot. But anyway, I think that was a Sunday. I think this is Monday.
It was a Saturday.
Okay, so this is Sunday. All right. Perfect.
Yeah, because I'm still looking forward to Sunday.
Right. Oh, yes. So, here's the first question. Oh, I guess I should say, this is issue 13. Title is Contamination. On the cover, you see, it's basically a kind of an overhead shot-ish of a hospital bed with Owen laying on it, and then next to that is a hospital bed with, what did we name her? Mackenzie?
Who are we talking about?
Cal's mother. Yeah, Mackenzie. With her laying on a bed next to him. Now, both of them look not the best, but, you know. One looks like she's recovering, the other looks like he's going the opposite direction. We open the comic, and we're basically, it's gone from Saturday to Sunday. So my first question is for Sync, would you have stayed there, or would you have gone home, or what would you have done?
How late was it when we finished this whole venture?
I'm guessing decently enough.
Sync would have stayed there because he'd want to keep track of Owen.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Would you have called home and all?
Oh, that's a good question right now. Considering that we just saved Cal's mom, basically, Sink probably feels a little bit more responsible, like family-wise. So yeah, he would probably have called home real quick with a ham staying over at Cal's. Good night, bye.
Yeah, I mean that's fine. Just wanted to wasn't gonna play that out. I just want to make sure you made contact or not, because that would have been a thing.
Yeah, was important.
Okay, yep, absolutely. Cal, did you sleep at all during the night?
As much as he tried to not sleep, considering everything that's gone on, he basically here's the picture of him just asleep in front of like the keyboard.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, I was gonna say that would have been very draining, and at some point Cal would have just passed out. So, it's the morning, and basically we brighten up the room to a shot of everybody's here in this lab. It's starting to become a home, for God's sakes, despite the fact that there's a really nice home outside. There's Daniel, your father, obviously your mother, the lizard family, like Owen, Sink, Cal, multiple cats, including Apollo, who's asleep, or whatever, doing Apollo things. And, yeah. So, Sink, I'm gonna say you probably wake up first, since Cal is just gonna be out of it for a bit. Just... because he stayed up as long as he could.
Right. Okay. Oh, first thing I'd do upon waking up is he'd probably check on Owen.
Owen's sleeping.
Sleeping peacefully? Not... Is he like, look okay sleeping-wise, or does he look worse?
From a basic look, just like looking at him, he does look like the membranes of his ears and whatnot look slightly paler than you remember, but it could just be because he's been sleeping, so. Like, paler than, like, yesterday, I should say.
Am I the only one who's awake?
Gregory's also awake. But Lizard Child.
Don't really have anything to say to him.
He's off to the side playing a little handheld video game thing that you're not entirely sure where he got, but, you know, he has it.
Sink would probably leave.
Okay. Where are you going?
Yeah. He's gonna go, probably, to the local mall, or, like, probably the mall. I was thinking, like, some sort of, like, any sort of, like, just regular, like, store, like, equivalent to, like, a CVS or something out there.
Okay, yeah. So, yeah, you go out to the mall. It's early, but, you know, it's, they open early because they're not, like, archaic, like, hey, it's Sunday, let's not open till 10. So they're open early. So, like, the mall's open, whatnot. Some of the stores are open, including, you find some, like you said, like, CVS kind of thing. Some CVS knockoff. Tej, what would a name for a CVS knockoff be?
Rite Aid.
Okay.
No. That's an actual store.
I know that. Yeah. Let's go for fictionally, but yes, I
mean, you didn't say that.
I don't disagree with your assessment of Rite Aid. I'm just saying we need something slightly less copyrighted or trademarked, I should say. Is the difference? Nothing. Okay.
Left Aid?
I can't trust you guys with names at all, can I? Alright, so... Fine.
I'd call them all grains, honestly. Like Walgreens would be my thing.
I like Walgreens.
It's in the mall. It's like a Walgreens / CVS. Like
Alright,
Walgreens.
fine. Walgreens it is. So anyway, you're in Walgreens. What are you doing?
Okay, looking through the greeting card section. He's trying to look for a birthday card for his mother.
Alright, I mean, you can find that pretty easily.
Alrighty. He tries to find one of those nice flowery ones that say, like, all these awesome things that he never really could think of to say.
Right.
You know, one of those kind of greeting cards.
Yep. You can find that pretty easily.
Okay. Then he does that, and
Now, I guess the question is, what type of card is it? Is it funny? Is it?
I said, like I described it. I said it was like one of those flowery type cards.
Okay, just want to make sure.
Yeah. But yeah, he's gotta get that, and how would he think? I'm trying to think. Like, I know what I would say. Oh, Mom would love this.
Right.
Like,
Yeah.
what would Snake think? He's probably gonna think like he would think, and he would probably get her like a like probably like a box of candy.
Aww.
Like, he doesn't know what she likes, so he gets something that he would natively like. So he gets her like a box of, I don't know, he grabbed Kit Kats before. Let's do Goobers. Box of Goobers.
Okay then. All right. So you get your stuff. So now the next question is, because you're sick, I should ask, do you go pay for it?
Well, of course he pays for it. He's not really a thief.
Uh-huh.
Right. You know, he goes up there to pay for it up front. He probably has a way to get a greeting card, though they're stupid expensive.
Yes, they are. This one's like, $6.
Oh, jeez.
It's a good one.
And Sync found the one drugstore in town that Cal doesn't have an account at.
Right, yeah, exactly.
Can I borrow your credit card?
Because he went to the mall. I mean, he could always teleport back and try and find it.
Yeah.
You should know Cal supports local.
Right. I mean, I was thinking we'll probably just be kind of quick and dirty about this.
Mm-hmm. Alright, yeah, that's fine. Alright, so you have your greeting card and box of goobers.
If you want, just call it chocolate peanuts for the audience who doesn't know.
No.
I'll call them goobers, it's fine.
Goobers, it's goobers.
Okay.
Well, what do you do now? Now that you've got your items, as it were.
I mean, he's got his stuff. He might as well head back to Cal's
Okay.
to, like, meet up with everybody, to, like, hang out with everybody else until, like, later in the evening when he can give a gift to his mom and hope that he measures up.
There you go. Okay, then. So, you do your... I'm guessing, do you teleport back or do you walk back?
He would probably teleport back into the lab itself.
Right. Okay.
At some point. Yeah, he's pretty casual about it.
Gotcha. So, while Sync is gone, Cal, you wake up. Like, right at your computer. It's slightly late. I mean, because I'm guessing it doesn't take Sync too long, but, So, you see pretty much the same scene Sync saw, except with minus Sync. And then, but others are starting to kind of stir awake a little bit. Your mother is still on the hospital bed, pretty much in the same position she was in, like when you left, when you went to sleep. She's the machines you've got hooked up to her, with her vitals are showing strong vitals. Brain activity is slowly but surely returning. It's stronger than it was yesterday. It's still not, like, anywhere close to, what it needs to be, but it's clearly going in that direction. that makes any sense.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah. And of course, you see Gregory in the corner playing a Nintendo Switch or something.
Cal just sort of looks around, just, ugh. Oh, I feel like I got hit by a truck and shot. Oh, I did get shot.
Yes, you did, actually. So, Mary actually wakes herself up slowly as she actually comes walking into the room. So I'm assuming her and Zachariah probably had some other room or something, because this is basically a hotel lab now. So she
It's the Hotel Labifornia.
Exactly. So she kind of comes walking in. Clearly, having just woke up but slightly more awake than what you would suspect somebody who just woke up is. So, she kind of looks over at you, looks around, she's like, "Oh, hey, you sleep okay?"
I guess.
Well, that's good. At least you got some sleep. You look like you were going to keep going for... I actually expected to see you awake like the entire night, but...
Trust me, I was planning on it. But...
yeah, I know you were. I'm actually happy you got to sleep, because what you went through would be really exhausting.
Yeah. Yeah, it is.
So she walks over to your mother and she looks at everything and she's just kind of nodding. Doesn't really say much about it, but just gives like a nod of, like, yes, this is good.
I wish there was a way we could speed the process up, but I know that's not how this works.
She nods, says, "Yeah, this is not a process you want to speed up. Just this has to come back much more naturally."
Oh, the good thing is at least before I passed out last night, I did get the initial... I got the whole formula back together, and I'm in the process of refining it.
Which formula is that again?
He looks over to his brother on the couch.
Mary looks at him and nods and looks back at you and says, "So what does he have? You keep saying he's sick, but I don't know what he's got."
This is the player who can't access where his search data is because it's in the chat, and I don't have access to the search bar right now because of the cameras.
Oh dear.
And it's pinned in the chat, I think?
Let us see.
I found it. I found it on the phone. Batten disease.
Batten disease, yeah. So, do you say that? I actually don't.
Yeah.
Right. So she just kind of like... She looks like slightly like, "Oh my gosh," kind of a thing. Like, "Oh gosh, I'm so sorry. Wait, you've come up with a cure for it? Or you're coming up with a cure for it?"
Theoretically speaking, yes.
She looks over at Daniel and she's like, "Gosh, I'm sorry, I didn't know he had something like that."
It's funny. Because for the past 4 years, the two things he looks to his mother and looks to Daniel, this has been my motivation. And it's all going to be taken care of. I don't know what I'm going to do.
Hmm? What do you mean you don't know what you're going to do?
My focus has been entirely on saving him, getting my formula back to save him, saving her once I realized what was going on, and now I've done everything I set out to do. I don't know what I'm gonna do next.
She looks over towards Owen, actually, and says, well, I mean, you have another friend to save.
I don't think that's something that I can do with chemistry.
What do you mean?
Whatever is doing that to him, it's something that falls into the realm of magical BS that there's nothing I can do for it.
Wait. You mean you can't fix it? Sink says as he, walks in from the shadows.
Yes.
I'm a chemist, Sink. That's not chemistry.
It's blood-based.
It doesn't mean it's chemistry-based. Blood-based is biological, not chemical.
You just went into your mother's brain by turning yourself into, a digital whatever to save her and, take care of that. That wasn't chemistry. You can do this, too.
It also wasn't directly the use of my abilities. I was just the conduit. I was the light bulb. The rest of you were the light switch.
I thought you had this.
Sink. Look. Over the past month, 2 months, whatever it's been, I've said I've had a lot of things because if I didn't say I had it all, then I was going to lose everything. My mind, I needed, everything I did, it felt like we were 2 steps behind. So if I didn't keep saying I had this, then I couldn't have pushed forward. What's going on with him is nothing I've ever seen, nothing my machines can analyze. I don't have this.
What about the computer and all the stuff that's in there? I thought we could find something there to help him. Wasn't that, one of the points?
A computer is only good as the data it can access. And I have been scanning everywhere for information on this. And I found nothing.
Well, then what do we do now?
I don't know. I've thought that I would just be able to roll into this and be fine, but this is outside my scope. I don't know if I can do this.
Singh looks back at Cal. At first, he looks very offended.
Mm-hmm.
Then he kind of tries to harden a bit. He says, "If you can't do it, you're at least gonna help do it. Because there's nobody else out there that has the brains you do to be able to solve this problem. And I'm sure I'm not gonna be able to do it.
Really? Really? Because I'm pretty sure all of these brains have gotten me is shot in the shoulder, nearly creating an international incident, nearly got you and my cat killed. That's not brains you want working on that. That's rash. It's irrational, rash thinking that's not going to help you.
Your brain saved all those, like, lizards that were trapped in there and prisoners. Your brains got that computer out of there, got the formula you needed to help your brother. Your brains were able to track Daniel in the first place. Not Daniel, Gregory in the first place.
No, that was Apollo. That wasn't me.
That was Apollo's tracker, but you set him up with it?
Like any good pet owner would track their pet.
Not like that.
Yes. Most the difference is most pets aren't that self-sufficient.
And it was your brain that got us into the Citadel in the first place. The flying car?
Parts I procured from Apollo stuff? Like,
And you still built
I'm not as smart as you think I am. I'm an opportunist who happens to know what he's doing around a chemistry set. I can make cookies and I can make things go boom. That's about it. And yes, I can do them at the same time. I'm just imagining the panel. We see Gregory reaching for a cookie and then, like, slowly bringing his hands back.
Right. Exactly. Like, I just want to see. I just want to see explosion and then cookies.
Right. What are you saying, Cal? What, are you throwing in the towel?
For the past 2 years, the only thing that's kept me going wasn't this desire to help people or anything like that. No. I realized when we were in the Citadel that what was driving me was revenge. And I'm no good to anybody at that. If I'm going to sit there and engage people because I want to get back because the people for doing things like this, that's not a logical course of action. That's an irrational course of action, which shouldn't be something that I do, but yet I did. And I don't trust myself to not go down that path again.
So you got your revenge, right?
At what cost?
I mean, you got your mom back. You got the formula to help Daniel out.
And we're all holed up in here because every other house is going to be a potential target because we created an international incident.
So is that it then? You're done?
You're better off probably doing it without me. Like, you can get in and out of places without being seen. All I do is make a scene.
I couldn't get into there.
Yeah, and if you weren't involved with me, you would have never had to go in there.
Alright, fine. So what are you going to do now?
I don't know. But seeing this look, I'm sorry. I can't. And he just takes off out of the lab.
So, Mary, this whole time, has been kind of standing there awkwardly listening to this, and just sees you, runs off. And it kind of tries to. She kind of like tries to do that, kind of like wait, and she just doesn't really say it louder and whatnot, and just kind of lets you run off. And yeah. So she turns around, looks at Sink, and shakes her head. She's like, he's just emotional right now.
Things are shaky. So what do you know?
She kind of frowns and looks at you like, I don't know what. I've been around.
You don't know what he's going through? You don't know what I'm going through.
Actually, I do a little bit. He's told me a lot, and I've been here for long enough to know that you two are really, really good people.
Oh yeah, a whole day. Yeah, I guess you're an expert now.
I didn't say expert, dear. I just said that you two are strong, especially together.
That's working out great now.
Hey, just need some time. Probably. You know him better than I do, obviously, but
I thought I did.
I think you do. She kind of like sighs and looks at you and is like, "But you guys are, as I said, you both are very strong." And I watched, you during that whole thing, and Zachariah was telling me about the two of you saving Gregory. I mean, that's all I need to know about you two. Dear.
Don't call me dear. You're not my mom.
She shakes her head. She's like, it's okay to have these kind of feelings. You don't have to always hide them. You don't always have to act tough. And I think Cal's finally realizing that, just based on what he was saying. She's actually attempting to shift your labels.
To what?
Your mundane up and your superior down.
Alrighty. Gonna reject that.
Mm-hmm. Kind of thinking might.
I almost took, because I know this way I could take it. Like, no.
Principle of the matter.
Yes. Okay, I don't have influence over her because adult.
Right.
Whee!
There you go. So pick two then.
It's been a while since I've done this, actually. There it is. Okay, so 10 plus 2 is 2. Well, clear condition. I'm clear and secure. I feel pretty confident in myself now.
Yes.
Cancel their influence to take 1 forward against them.
Okay.
So I'll choose that one as well.
So you have to act. You have to act immediately. What was it? Immediately act to
prove
them
them
wrong. Yeah.
Yeah. And so what's she trying to say exactly?
She's basically trying to say that look, it's normal to have emotional outbursts and whatnot. You don't have to act like you're all high, like you're stronger than everybody else.
So he's gonna frown at her and say, "I'm not acting." And then he's gotta teleport away.
Well, she used the word acting, but okay. That works. Right, so
I'm not acting tough, I'm acting tired.
Right, yeah. So, alright, so where do you go?
Well, with the gifts and everything stowed away in his coat, he's logically going to go back to his arcade.
Alright.
Yep. Like that's where he goes to drown his thoughts.
Okay, so, Sink's off to the arcade, drowning his sorrows in games and soda and candy.
Woo! Oh gosh, the goobers! Oh no!
Cal, where did you go when you ran out?
At this point, he is just wantonly, randomly walking throughout the city with no rhyme or reason or pattern or location in mind.
Okay. Alright, so, the two of you are split for, I don't know, a couple hours probably at this point. At some point, Sink, you get a, call on your phone. I don't remember what Sink's ringtone is, but...
It's not what does the fox say. But he lets it go for like a moment or two before he sighs and picks it up and checks to see who it is first.
It's Zachariah.
He'll sigh, he'll open his phone, say, yeah.
Hey, Sink. Hey, Zachariah, do you know where Cal went off to, or no? I got up and everyone's kind of quiet.
Cal ran off to do Cal things. He'll be fine.
Okay. Hey,
What's up?
Hey, well, I was hoping you know where he's at, because I wanted to run some tests here, but if you don't, I guess maybe I'll just try to figure out his equipment myself.
What are you trying to do?
Oh, well, Mary had an interesting theory about what might be, what we might be able to do to, at least help Owen out a little bit. So, I was going to run a few blood tests. I don't know where the, syringes are here.
As they're talking, Sink is walking like towards the bathroom of the arcade.
Mm-hmm.
Like, as soon as he talks about like goes on about talking about like Owen and the blood tests and everything, Sink like goes into the bathroom, and like the next panel shows him walking out of Cal's closet as he's like back in the lab.
So Zachariah has his back to you, as he's still got the, the phone up there. It's like, yeah, I don't know where he keeps his syringes for any kind of thing like this.
Sink probably would, considering that he's been here often enough.
Yeah.
So he'd probably say, "Oh, they're just right over there in that drawer on the right."
Oh, drawer on the right? Okay. But are you still talking to the phone or no?
Yes, he's still talking
Okay.
to the phone.
It's like, oh, on the right? Okay, yeah, sure. And he goes over there and, like, opens it up. It's like, oh, okay, here they are. Yeah, I didn't want to rummage through all his stuff, but sweet. Thanks. So thanks, like, yeah, whenever you feel like coming back, I may need your help on something, okay?
Sink says, "All right, I'll let you know when I'm there."
All right, cool, thanks.
He hangs up. "Hi, I'm here."
He, like jumps and, like, turns around, like, oh. How long have you... Right, okay.
So is this gonna help Owen, you think?
I mean, to help Owen, the first thing we need to do is maybe try to figure out what this is actually attacking in his system.
I thought you already like knew what was going on.
I know what it was supposed to be, but I need to know what it's actually doing to him, as in internally.
And you do that by testing his blood?
Well, step one. It's the first thing I can think of anyway. It's the easiest thing to test since he's right here, and he's still asleep.
Yeah, he's been
Actually,
asleep for a while.
yeah, it's actually kind of concerning. So, but yeah, it's the first thing.
Sync would know that Cal has already previously run a blood test, so that data is available.
Oh, sweet.
Mm-hmm.
I was thinking like kind of says, "Wait, Cal already did the blood test thing. It's on his computer."
Yes, I know. I need to take another one. I want to compare them.
You want to compare the test that Cal did with the test you're going to do that's the exact same, using the same instruments that Cal just used.
He holds his hand up and says, "Yes, because I want to see how much has changed between then and now."
Gotcha. It's only been like a day.
I know. Still can give us something. So he goes about. Actually, Mary goes about like cleaning up and taking. Yeah, taking.
Oh,
Yeah, it's
in
been
3
like
to 4
4
days.
taking the blood, Owen's blood, whatnot. Being the nurse and goes through everything like that. As she's doing that, Zachariah just kind of goes over towards Gregory and just gives him a father-son little lovey conversation, whatever. And then Mary finishes and gets the blood inside of whatever Cal's testing machine is. Zachariah comes back over, and he can figure it out because he's the technomancer-y kind of guy. As he whispers to himself, I hope Cal doesn't mind him using his equipment, but I don't think he'll care. But anyway, after... And this probably takes another, I don't know, half hour total or something along those lines. So... Ooh, excuse me. So, afterwards, Zachariah is sitting at a computer and he's, like, looking through all of the data. And as he's doing so, he's getting... His face is getting more and more worried as he's looking through it.
And Six got like be kind of leaning next to him as he sees him. What? What?
Kind of shakes his head, looks away. He's like, I can't be certain because it's just it's a chemical blood test. Obviously, machines like this aren't necessarily programmed to detect magic, but it is detectable in machines like this to a small point. But if you're... So he kind of leans back and he's like... It's like, you may not know it, but, like, you have magical powers, too, right? Teleporting and whatnot. I believe that's magic, I'm not sure, but looks like it.
It's something like magic, I guess.
So, everybody who has that kind of magical ability has a little bit of a marker in their DNA.
Uh-huh.
It's not necessarily what makes the magic, but it's just a part of you, so to speak.
Okay, that must be some lucky people.
Well, again, you're one of them, so am I. So
Actually, I'm not.
what do you mean?
I'm not magical.
I mean, you teleport around and whatnot, aren't you?
Yep, I do.
Okay.
Doesn't mean that I'm magical.
He raises it. Oh, you've got, like, an artifact or something?
Or something.
There. Okay. Well, then, you may not, but... Especially technomancers, but a lot of magic users, or more specifically, not those who've learned how to use magic, but those that just have that ability, they have a marker in their DNA. This is destroying Owens.
Is that bad?
Yeah. I mean, look at what's happening to him.
Right. But like, that's happening because like it's destroying the magic in his blood, or is it doing something else that like also does that?
It's destroying part of his DNA.
Okay.
Like, yes, it's focusing on the marker in his DNA that basically has him able to use magic innately, but I mean, think of it this way. If you have a building and you take a wrecking ball and you just blast out one column, still going to do heavy damage to that building.
Yeah, true. So, how do we fix Owen's building?
Right. That's... He sighs and is like, that's the grand question of it all, isn't it?
I mean, it's kind of the only question we've been asking since this whole thing started.
Right. Well, unfortunately, at the moment, I'm not entirely certain. As I said before, this is something I started in my research, but it was never this. It was never something that targeted DNA. Whatever they've done to this is... This is not my work. But, I mean, it is, but it's not.
So, what can we do then,
Well,
knowing all this?
Well, sits back and thinks for a moment. It's like, well, the first thing we'd want to do is just even find something that slows this down. At the very least. You know, that's the easier thing to do. Start there and then build off of that.
Okay. Like, how do you slow down stuff like that?
I don't... Well, I'm not somebody who's well-versed in DNA structures. But I do know someone who was, or is.
And that is?
Well, his name's Josiah. And you actually freed him from the prison at your last time at the Citadel.
Okay, so that sounds like a lead.
Yeah, just one slight problem.
What's that?
I have no idea where he is.
Well, then that doesn't help us very much.
No, but
But,
you set free a whole lot of refugees. There's gonna be some of them coming here at the very least.
I hope not. We don't have any more room.
I meant the city, not here.
I know, I was joking.
It's hard to tell with you sometimes.
That's the point. So what, we just check to see if any lizard refugees pop up?
Well, there's that. Or maybe you start looking around in shelters, or even just, keep your ears open. You find a few of them, you might be able to find him. Someone in there had to know he was there.
He said his name was Josiah?
Yes.
Alright. Well, guess we'll start looking.
As I said, I would check shelters first. That would be the first place I would think any of them that came here would have gone to. And I think a lot of them would have come here because Caelus City was known as a safe place for anybody who wanted to get away from the tribe. Still is, except for the fact that the tribe's now starting to get active.
We'll see how safe it stays. But we'll take this one step at a time. Let's find this Josiah guy, get him to help us, and then we'll see what happens.
Yeah.
Anything else I should know? Any other surprises about this? Or are we good to start with this?
What do you mean surprises?
As in, problems with the DNA. Things I should also know about my friend who I've known for years that has magic and has, marks on his DNA and can, work with computers.
I mean, there's probably, but I mean, I don't know it offhand.
Cool. Well, more to look forward to.
No, it's
And Sync's gonna hop out and teleport out of the lab.
okay.
And as he's teleporting out, and like he appears outside and like starts his teleport jumping towards like part of the city. But he's gonna start texting Cal, saying, he's gonna text and say, Cal, do you know how to do you know how to do you know how to slow the spread of DNA in blood?
As soon as you hit send, you hear bzz, bzz on his computer desk.
And not actually at his computer desk.
Yeah.
Cal's phone vibrates loudly on the desk. Somebody will hear it.
Yeah. Wait, no, Zachariah obviously hears. He's right there.
So yeah, eventually, like Six is like texting us, like, Cal, you there?
So at some point, like Zachariah would look over and see it's you texting him, and he'll just text you back like, "Cal left his phone in the lab."
Six gonna text back, of course he did.
He got up from being asleep and then ran off after a conversation. He didn't grab the phone. He
What
had no
kind of
time
millennial
to.
are you, where the phone is not the first thing you grab upon waking?
Exactly.
But no, Sink just kind of like got a curse under his breath, and he's gonna try to make his way. He doesn't even know where Cal would go. Would he? Cal?
Well, that depends, because Cal wasn't planning on going anywhere for a while, and after a couple of hours, he comes to an idea just because of how he ended up walking.
Okay.
So, are we scene shifting, I guess?
Yeah, might as well.
So we turn the page after we get the Cal left his phone, and we just get Cal looking up, and he's in front of the police precinct from when they fixed the servers.
Okay.
He's going in to attempt to hopefully find Detective O'Malley.
Oh, that's not that difficult. Yeah, you walk in and you're like, you ask for Detective O'Malley, and they're like, oh yeah, he's, they give the call, the office, like, yeah, he says he's in his office there. You can just go back.
Which he will do.
So you get back there, and O'Malley's like, just you get into his office, and he's just got paperwork and papers and files all over his office. Like, it looks like it's one of those things that looks like there is some kind of organization here, but you have no idea what it is.
You do know they make binders, right?
He looks at you and is like, yeah, I know, I've got a bunch of them. And he opens, like, one of those big filing cabinet drawer things. He's got, like, 17 of them, like, they're full of papers. Yeah, these are the files that move in and out of here quicker. What's up?
Honestly, I don't know right now. I started walking and I ended up here.
Okay. What would bring you to the police department?
Not necessarily the police, it was just... I ended up here and
He looks at you as he suddenly starts to realize that something's up, and he closes the door and sits down. He's like, Cal, what's going on?
I'm assuming by now you know what happened in the Citadel.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I wasn't going to start there, but...
I realized during that everything I was doing and everything I thought I was doing for the right reasons wasn't. I wasn't, trying to save people or free people. I was there for revenge. And it didn't go well at all.
didn't it? Did you? One, you guys got out of there alive. Two, it looks like you guys freed a whole heck of a lot of political prisoners.
Yeah, but I was willing to put people who didn't need to be in danger for a vendetta that couldn't control myself on.
Okay. I see.
And I don't know if this is the right thing to do, the wrong thing to do. I just know that by doing things the way that I've been doing them, it's eventually going to get somebody hurt or worse. We went in there, two kids, and a pet cat. If that's not the definition of insanity, I don't know what is.
Well,
and I didn't even ask them if they wanted to go. I just assumed that they would follow me blindly. Do you know the toll that takes?
yes, son, I actually do.
I know what I'm about to ask is a lot, but is there some sort of, program that I can join to work with you guys, to help you guys, just to know that I have some sort of compass I can follow? Because I can't trust mine right now.
Well, tell you what. It's, I don't know if there's a program for 16-year-old geniuses, but Captain is somebody here I can trust. I think. Yes, Chief, actually. Chief of Police. Somebody I can trust. And I believe you trust me. Obviously, you came here. So I think we can work something out. If you wouldn't mind working maybe with me directly.
The past 2 months, I've been held together by bubblegum and dreams. And to know that I'll at least have support and something that I know is at least the right thing to potentially be doing. And not just running off of emotion.
Kind of like you're running off of emotion right now.
Over the span of the last 24 hours, I led a 3-person raid on a highly protected citadel, managed to live stream it, got back home, got transformed into a digital construct to go into my mother's mind to disconnect a device that they had put in her head to suppress her memories. Yeah, I'm running on emotion right now.
So he just kind of stares at you for a moment, and he's like, okay, that's a lot to process all at once. One, you rescued your mother?
Yeah, she was there. They had put some tabula rasa chip in her. She was basically a mindless slave. Got the formula back. I'm working on that too, but everything I'd been working for is in front of me, and I just don't know where to go, what to do.
Oh, I see. I've seen this before. You gotta walks over to you and like puts his hand on your shoulder, and he's like, Cal, you are clearly a very amazing person, but maybe it's time that we focus that energy on helping others out. And he's attempting to shift your labels. He's attempting to shift your freak down and your savior up.
Cal will accept this. He's really not in a position to not accept it.
Fair. Because basically he's saying that, you're a child genius, but maybe instead of being like, the super powered freak, maybe we should focus on saving people. Kind of a thing. That's what he's going for.
No, I get that. There's just one problem with that. I don't know how.
Oh, that's what I said. Do you want to work with me?
Just want to know I'm doing the right thing.
So the answer would be yes, then. We could use your help here. Not to mention that I think you like helping people more than you not want to admit. Yes, you may think right now that you did everything you did for revenge, and maybe there was some part of it that was true. But you made it very clear to me at one point that you were helping people, and you did. In fact, you helped a lot of people, even people you didn't necessarily mean to help, by freeing all of those political prisoners that we watched. Because we did watch that on your live stream, by the way, because it was live streamed, and some of us wanted to run over and grab you guys, and the rest of us were like, it's too late.
Well, I couldn't think of any other way to make sure we had evidence.
You provided evidence. There's a lot of it now. There's probably going to be some hard questions that are going to need to be answered soon. I have actively been trying to keep you guys out of it for a little bit here. That's going to be impossible forever, but for the time being, I have convinced certain people to not come pounding on your door. Said that's not going to last forever, but if you're actively working with the police department, aka myself, maybe it'll be easier.
I've also got a bunch of people staying in my shed that really could use some protective custody because I'm running out of room.
Are you? That place seemed massive last time I saw it.
6 cats, 3 lizards, a fox, 4 humans.
Don't you have a house right next to the lab?
One that, I kind of stirred up a hornet's nest.
Fair.
The lab is more secure.
Yeah.
And I'm more concerned with the lizards than the humans. My family's fine.
Right.
But it makes no sense for them to stay there.
Right. Okay. Well, we can figure something else out for them. It's going to take a bit, because actually we're getting a influx of lizard refugees right now, as a matter of fact.
Yeah. Keeping them safe is more important.
Let's see, it was more important. It's just important.
Everyone I just named is already safe. Keeping the refugees safe is more important.
Fair point. Yeah, we are actually trying to spread them out around the city, so we don't keep a lot of them in one place. Not to mention the fact that a lot of them are kind of, they just got released from a prison they were thrown into for years for literally no reason except that they disagreed with the general. So they're a little skittish, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, I can imagine that.
Yes.
But I guess the next question is, what do you need from me?
What I need from you right now is... I think I need you to go home and just collect yourself. I'm not saying that you're making a rash decision. I think working with me and me working with you is going to be a great thing for this city. But I can't do that if you're on an emotional roller coaster, which you clearly are right now. And for good reason. So maybe right now, I need you to go home and just figure out some way to channel the energy you've got into something productive. And let me know when you get done.
I'm waiting for memories to return. I've got 3 different trials of the drug that I've created in a centrifuge right now. I've channeled my energy into anything I can do as an outlet. I can't be back there. I need to do something.
You are doing something. Besides, I got some paperwork to do before I can actually bring you on as a protege. And some convincing.
Who do I need to convince?
Oh, the chief.
Where is he?
He's visiting with the mayor right now as they're trying to figure out how to prevent an incoming flux of attacks.
Yeah, the mayor probably hates me.
No. Mostly because I don't think he saw the footage.
You can't keep that from the mayor.
I didn't say I did. I just said I don't think he saw it yet.
I mean, I did my best to keep my face covered. I knew where the cameras were.
Mm-hmm. You guys did a decently good enough job. I think it's one of those things that, if somebody was looking really hard, they might be able to figure out through different means and whatnot. But it's not like you stood there and said, hey, it's me, Cal, except that it was on a post stream. And yeah, do you think you might have tried to stream to a different channel?
And lose all that sub revenue?
I mean, okay, so that's fair point, sir.
Or run, I'm not sure they have enough emote slots.
No, they wouldn't.
Okay, we got back and Apollo uploaded an 8-part emote. That's the entire mech costume he had.
So as you were saying that, O'Malley just kind of sits back and smiles. He's like, yeah, you're better than you think you are right now. But as I said, right now, just go back home and just find some way to calm your mind and let me know when you've got that. Besides, as I said, it's going to take me a couple of days anyway, so I can't really have you do much for me at the moment because I have to smooth out a few things.
Just one question before I go.
Sure.
Are there particular spots around the city you're sending the refugees to? Safe houses, or is it all wonton and no rhyme or reason?
Oh, there's a rhyme or reason to it. It's just that we do have specific safe houses set up for we do have specific space, like safe houses and whatnot, set up for witness protection, which we've had to expand because we're getting so many of them, not to mention the fact that we, with the leaks that we were having before, we've kind of had to redo all of that. So
There should be no more of those.
Yeah, we know. Thank you for that, by the way. But because there was, we had to change a lot of things, and we were not expecting to need this many safe places this quickly. But, we are, and I'm gonna, unfortunately, at the moment, for the temporary, hopefully very quick future, we are also utilizing shelters. Now, we've got undercover police officers and all of them to make sure everybody is safe, but, we've had to utilize, basically your shelters and things like that, as well as the safe houses we do have.
Do you need more? Because even if I don't want to, I still have room for a couple more in the shed.
Yeah, you know what? If we find a one or a couple, as in an actual couple, then you know what? I'll give you a call. Okay.
Yeah.
Great.
He puts his hands in his pockets, goes to walk out, turns around, just thank you.
Cal, take care of yourself, and be careful too. You're not wrong when you think you might have a target on your back. It's not going to be from us necessarily. That target's going to be political. But you may have an actual target on your back, too.
He looks, smiles. Yeah, there's one giant thing that they don't want to start a political war with me. At least the lizards don't. Because if we go back and look at the footage, I kicked their ass with aluminum and cornstarch.
The politics is going to come from our side. Violence is going to come from their side. But yes, you did that. Why cornstarch?
Because who's going to expect a handful of cornstarch to be deadly?
Fair enough. Alright, Mr. Easy Bake Oven Weaponizer.
Okay, I kept trying to. I could not. That was Sink who did that, and that was by bashing somebody over the head with it.
Okay, fair. Get on home. I'll let you know if I need you.
So he leaves, looks down. Didn't grab his phone.
Nope.
Thankfully, still has the watch on. Now, it's not a smartwatch synced to his phone because he's not that stupid.
Right.
But it is the one linked to the car.
Oh, there you go.
Ooh.
Boop! We've established the car has a remote control already.
Yeah, no, we did. So, the last comic panel on that page is, Cal reaching in his pockets oh, shit. Boom. Like that, you get a little shot of the car, and then turn the page of Sink. Where did you end up?
Well, Sink's appearing at the nearest shelter that he knows of downtown, if he knows of any, or if he can identify any. But as he's popping out of the alley there, he's you can see him kind of texting furiously on a phone. And he finished and shoves it into his pocket, and he kind of walks towards the shelter to go inside.
Right, so yeah, it's open. Yeah, it's you come inside and there's somebody who's already there, clearly one of the operators of the shelter, because they're all wearing certain vests and whatnot. And this lady looks at you. Is "Oh, hello, dear. Can I help you at all? If you're looking for a bed, I'm afraid we may be a little full at the moment."
So actually, I'm looking for a guy.
Okay.
Any lizards come into here?
Oh, yes. Yes, actually, we've got quite a few. About 6 or so.
Nice. They give you any names?
I mean, they did, but I can't just... kind of private information.
Oh, I understand. That's fine. I'll ask. And he starts walking in.
Hey, hold, one second.
What? I'm not going to use a bed.
No, I just, we can't just have some random kid walking in here like that. We're on a little bit of a security thing at the moment. Who are you looking for?
He looks over. What is she anyway? She lizard
She's
or
human.
human?
No, she's human.
Good. Okay. He looks her over. He's got to make a prejudiced decision and assume she's trustworthy because she's not a lizard. She's gonna say, "I'm looking for a guy named Josiah."
Okay. You asked about lizards, so I'm assuming it's going to be a lizard named Josiah?
Yes, that's correct.
Okay. I'll go... You wait here, and I'll go check and see if there anyone by that name is here, okay?
Okay. So he's gonna lean against the wall and wait.
So she walks off. And she's gone for a little bit, and the area that you've come to is basically like your almost like a lobby kind of area, that opens up to the actual shelter residence once you get past that point. But so there's people walking around of all different species and whatnot. You don't see any lizards as this is going on, but after a little bit, that lady comes back and she looks at you and she says, no one by that name's here. I'm sorry.
You sure?
Well, they definitely didn't look at me when I asked for Josiah. I mean, they kind of just looked off. They're like, that's not me.
Alright. I'll check another place.
Okay. Good luck. I hope you find who you're looking for.
Yeah, thanks. Do my best. Actually, before I head out, I'm gonna pierce the mask on her.
Sure, go ahead.
That'll be mundane. There it is. Woo, that's a miss.
Yes. Yes, it is. That's actually good. I like that. All right. So,
Good.
so you sit there for a little bit and kind of look at her over, and you don't get any kind of read on her whatsoever.
So he looks over and shrugs. So just check another one then. So he walks out. And is there a shelter nearby, or is it pretty far away?
They're not necessarily nearby, but none of that matters because the moment you step outside, you hear somebody kind of go like a, "Hey."
Because he looks over to the side and like sees who's calling out to him. Maybe.
So you see kind of like a shadowy figure, like almost like that silhouette, like looking, like standing like right at the corner of a building as it's kind of like leading out from like an alleyway, and it's definitely somebody wearing a hooded something or other.
So Zinks just kind of like casually look over at the guy and, "What's up?"
He looks at you. It's one of those things where he looks at you and then kind of like disappears around the corner. It's clearly the, "Hey, this way."
Well, this is a trap. That maybe means I'm onto something, so might as well let him spring it. So he casually starts walking towards the alley. He kind of looks around, look down it.
So the first thing you notice is a giant spring in the start. No, I'm kidding. So you walk down a little bit, and
I'm not walking down yet. I'm looking down the alley first before I walk down it. Not completely blind.
Yeah, you don't actually see much of anything. It's an alleyway. It's got some dumpsters. It's got some exit, the exit staircase things from the buildings around it, whatnot. But you don't see anyone.
Okay, so I don't see the guy who called out to me?
Nope.
Alright, that's fine. So that means Sync's gonna walk past the alley, not go down it.
Except when you
And-
turn around.
Oh,
Yeah,
he didn't turn around, I was going straight ahead, but yeah, go ahead.
Oh, I thought you were walking down the alley.
No, he's specifically not walking down the
That's
alley
what
at
I
all.
mean, though. Like because your head looks down that way. So as you turn your head back forward, you run right into this guy.
Okay, I thought you were going down the alley. What's up?
I thought you were too.
Yeah, no, I'm not stupid, and you don't have enough candy to make me do it.
He holds up a bag of M&Ms.
Ooh, yeah, no. What's the deal?
Holds up a bag of Kit Kats.
Okay, I'm listening.
Snake gets PTSD from the Kit Kat cannon.
Right. He looks, so this figure, again, he's got a hood on and whatnot. It's hard to tell who he is. He looks around, he's like, not here, come on. And he walks down the alley a little bit. He looks back, I'm not here to hurt you, come on.
It's not that you're gonna hurt me, I'm worried you're gonna waste my time.
Is it really that important to you?
Yeah, time's kind of important right now.
Well then, come on.
Oh, whatever. Zing puts his hands in his pockets and starts walking down the alley.
So as you get a little ways down, and said that you're actually following the figure, and he gets kind of like behind it, like he gets to a dumpster and like kind of walks behind it. He's clearly like trying to make sure that you guys are as unseen as possible. And as you finally get there, he takes his hood and pulls it back, and it's definitely a red lizard. It looks pretty young though. He looks at you, he's like, did I hear you were looking for Josiah?
Who's asking?
My name's Brian, and I've been living right next to Josiah for the last 3 years.
Living in what?
The prison that I'm pretty sure you guys rescued us from.
Alright, right answer. So, you gonna help me find Josiah?
Well, that would be my hope. I don't know where he is right now, but I know who he is, so I may be able to help. We kind of owe you guys, so. He is.
I won't deny that.
He's in this city. A lot of us ran here. Kind of haphazardly, if you will. I know he's here. I just don't know where exactly.
So, not that I don't appreciate the offer of help and everything, but I was honestly just gonna go randomly to all the shelters and ask for this guy by name. Do you have any better idea on how to narrow it down faster? Because if you don't, then you might as well not get yourself involved.
Well, he's one of those kind of guys who goes out of his way to heal others. So
What?
he likes helping people. He's good at healing. He does a lot
Like,
of
what do you mean? What do you mean healing?
like a doctor, but not really a doctor kind of a thing. He doesn't practice medicine, but he's really good at figuring things out.
Huh. Okay.
So I would look in a place that's close to some place that has people who need help of a doctor that can't get to a doctor.
So check around hospitals.
Could be.
Oh, it's a place to start.
Mm-hmm.
What was your name again?
Brian.
What do I do if I need to find you, Brian?
He hands you Or he gives you his cell phone number.
Oh, geez, you guys got cell phones already. Nice.
Well, some of us were able to grab some off of the store shelves. Not steal them, just get some. The police here have actually been very helpful, too.
That's good. Well, cool. Well, thanks for your help, Brian.
Here's the thing, though.
Oh, what?
Well, Josiah is a very great person. But you have to remember that a lot of us have been inside that prison for years. He may be a little eccentric at the moment.
I mean, that makes sense, at least.
Yeah. Just, yeah, just be careful. I'm not saying he'd hurt you. I'm just saying he may be a little... He may come off as uptight. Or very high-strung.
I know a few of those.
Yes.
Alright, well, thanks, Brian. I'm not going to waste any time here, so if I need you, I'll call you.
Yeah, do that. If you are going to call me, make sure it's in the next 30 days, otherwise I have to buy a new phone.
Yeah, don't worry. It should be within the next hour.
Oh, okay.
Yep. So, Sync's gotta, like, give Brian a wave. He's gotta turn around and walk into the alley wall to teleport out.
So the comic panel is you doing that, and the Brian's standing there like what the...
We saved him. We can trust the guy, right? Sure.
It's like, oh, that's... He's good. He's better at this hiding thing than I am. Alright, so where's Sync going?
Well, he's going to, what he said, probably one of the shelters. One of the shelters closer to the hospital.
Okay.
Because talking about a place of healing.
Right. Alright. So, while Sync's going there, Cal, you make it home. Or to the whatever lab. What do you do?
Well, like any good concerned teenager who forgot his phone, immediately goes and checks it.
Alright, so what's on his phone, Sync, if anything?
Well, over the time that Cal's been gone, and Sync was on his way over to the shelter, Sync's been texting, like, a long list of just, like, letting Cal have it, because he knows he can't respond. So he's just doing, like, stream after text after text after text of, like, various epithets and, like, all this stuff. But it starts to break down as you get closer to, like, the more recent stuff, where he's, like, less angry.
Hold on. Cal's not going to get to the less angry stuff.
Yeah,
He's
good.
going to read the angry stuff, and he's going to be like, oh, really? And he's going to call up Sync.
So Sync's gonna get the phone and, like, he's gonna probably appear up on a roof. Say, yep, what's up?
Screw you! And he's going to hang up.
Huh. He got my messages. Nice. Do you read any further, or do you stop there?
He just scrolls to the bottom and just clears the mark all as red and doesn't read the bottom, so he just assumes it's getting more and more volatile.
Oh. So Sync's actually eventually going to call Cal back.
Cal lets it ring like 3.5 times, right before it would go to voicemail. What?
So you clearly didn't read beyond message 26.
Well, I'm sorry. There's only so many times you can tell me to go engage in a procreative anatomical impossibility before I stop reading.
I mean, you should be proud of me. You helped me improve my vocabulary.
You Googled that.
Yes, I did. But still, I at least wanted to, like, give you a heads up and say that we got a lead. We're trying to do something to help Owen. And also, the reason I was so darn mad at you is because, quite frankly, if you don't know what you're doing, and if you're freaking out, I never knew what I was doing to begin with. Without you there to actually give me a heads up on where to go, I'm pretty much lost, alright? So, Cal, I rely on you.
I'm just putting that down because I'm tired of holding it.
That's fine. So, Cal, I rely on you, alright? And I want you to get your head together, because I know you're better than that, and I need you to be better at that. Because I'm not good enough on my own, alright?
That sounds like vulnerability or weakness to me.
Oh yeah, it is, actually. I didn't even think about it. Yes, it is totally what I was doing. Do you have influence over me, Cal?
Yes, I got it back.
Okay, so... Yeah. So I guess the question will be like, so... Like, wherever you need me to be right now to make this work, just let me know.
Honestly, right now, I need you to be a friend.
I mean, I'm already that. That never stopped.
What we need to do right now is we've been doing this entire thing by the seat of our pants. No plan, no nothing. So, whether we have a lead or not, jumping into it without knowing how we're going to approach it is just going to continue the spiral we've been on.
Alright, I'm down.
So, while I understand what you're trying to do, us rushing in blindly isn't going to help Owen at all. So, take a step back. Don't be so rash. And let's take a minute to think about what we can do and how we can approach this to help. And from a mechanical standpoint, because I already have influence over you, I get to do a label shift.
You do, and also I add a team to the pool.
Right. So from the mechanical standpoint, the speech there was the label shift.
Okay.
And that was a danger down, superior up.
Oh dear.
Can he reject that?
I have to, because if I don't, I'm in trouble.
Oh, if you don't, you just mark a condition.
That's what I mean. I don't think he can. I don't think he can reject. Can he?
I don't know if it says I can or can't. It says, you'd like to be marked potential if you show them that person. Oh, sweet. Okay. Yeah, mark potential if you show them that person. Add a team regardless. But it doesn't say I can't reject the influence thingy.
Right. Well, it's not. You're not rejecting my influence because it's you giving influence the second time and me shifting your labels accordingly.
Yeah.
So this is just me putting extra pressure on you and you feeling the emotional weight of it.
That's it.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, unfortunately, this is the one time you can't roll to reject.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm marking condition.
Yep, whichever one you feel is appropriate.
Good stuff. Zick's gonna mark guilty because he feels bad about his outburst with Cal. And he's gonna say, alright. So we play with a plan. Should I head back now? Because I think I got a lead out here.
Okay. What's this lead? And you can get to me faster than I can get to you.
That's true.
So, just come back here, we'll plan it out, and because you can get us back to where we can go a lot faster than I can.
That's fair. Alright. I'll be there in a snap. And he closes the phone and marks potential as he teleports back to the lab.
Cal turns his head. That was 2 snaps. You're losing your touch.
It was a long distance. Give me a break.
You said a snap. I'm just holding you accountable.
Whatever. Glad to know that you're feeling better.
That's me spending a hole to clear insecure.
Mm-hmm.
So, anyway, there's this lizard guy named Josiah that Zachariah says can help Owen out because he knows how to deal with, like, the DNA, and apparently he has some special abilities. Anyway, I went to check on his shelters because he's one of the lizard refugees that we freed. And there's this really trustworthy fellow who asked me to come into a dark alley with him. And so I went, and he told me that Josiah was probably going to be at some sort of a shelter that was near a place of healing.
Yes and no.
What do you mean yes and no?
I mean, yes and no. I mean, I wouldn't expect to find most of these high-profile political prisoners that we released in shelters.
Where else would they go?
Safe houses. WITSEC safe houses.
Well, that just makes sense. Huh.
So this extremely trustworthy person, were they a lizard?
Yeah, they were.
And you told them who we were looking for?
You know, looking back on it, it may not have been the best call to make immediately, but I was kind of frustrated.
Okay, I understand that. But you know that we just stirred up a hornet's nest when it comes to dealing with the lizard people.
Well,
so if you were looking for somebody, one, why would you tell them who specifically we're looking for? And
actually,
number
Cal,
two,
before you get too far along, I have good news. Because I'm remembering, I didn't actually tell the lizard Josiah's name.
Harvard, do you actually expect me to believe you?
Well, the thing is, I technically didn't tell him the name. What he did is he overheard me telling everybody in the shelter the name.
Harvard, we're looking for a political prisoner. And you thought it was a good idea to just start dropping names in a shelter where you don't know the trustworthiness of people.
Yeah, I did.
This is just a thought here. You know, you asked me earlier what I need from you. The answer here is now very simple. I need you to think about what you're doing. The initiative is great, but you need to think about what you're doing, because if you just do things rashly, that's what got us into everything we did in the first place, was me doing everything rashly. And I'm triggering logical angle.
Ooh.
When you comfort or support somebody by rashly pointing out their mistakes so they can do better next time, roll superior instead of mundane.
That was a comfort?
Yep.
Yep.
If they do not open up to you, mark a condition.
Alrighty. So Zink's already been in the process of opening up to Cal. He feels kind of embarrassed about this, though, so he's probably going to drag his feet a bit, but he'll eventually say, okay, fine, it was not the smartest call to make. But we may have a lead. But I didn't know what else to do. I didn't know how to get information about a guy where I didn't know what he looked like, didn't know anything about him. So I just threw lines out there. Probably wasn't the smartest move.
Probably not.
At least got the guy's cell phone number.
Did you now?
Yeah?
What did he say to call him about?
Well, he said to call him if I needed anything. I like that smile that you have right now. It usually means something fun's about to happen.
Not necessarily fun, but I think we might be calling and giving your new friend a phone call. However, he turns around. I know you're listening, Zacharias. Just come on in and stop hiding behind the wall.
Oh, he wasn't hiding. He was sitting at the couch, just quote-unquote watching TV as he looks over like, yeah?
What was the name of this lizard, and can you describe him?
Yeah. His name was Brian, and he was kind of red. He was wearing a hoodie.
So Zachariah kind of gets like this shocked eyes look of like, as you say his name and give a description of him. How old was he? He looked like...
Man, he was pretty young.
Oh. Wow.
I can't tell if that's a good wow or a bad wow yet.
It's kind of a surprised wow. He actually did it. The general
Did what?
put his own son in prison.
Well, that's not what I was expecting you to say.
Yeah, that... Not where I thought that was going to go either.
It was known that his son was growing up to not necessarily be like his father. His father was not happy about that. I didn't think he would end up tossing him into a prison for it, but I guess that's because I am a loving father and not a psychopathic dictator.
Yeah, that is a pretty big difference. But that means we can trust this Brian guy then, right?
Yes and no.
That's... Zachariah looks at Cal, like, yeah, that's... yeah.
Because... Let me ask you something.
Yeah.
Sig. With everything that has been going on, with all specifically with all your school stuff, why do you continue to put forth the effort you do in school?
You want to know the real reason?
I wouldn't have asked the question if I didn't.
2 reasons. 1 is because honestly, when people look at me, they have a rough idea of what they think I am. They think I'm stupid. They think I'm not trustworthy. They have all these ideas in their head about me. And so, honestly, when I look at it more and more, the idea of proving them wrong feels kind of nice. The other reason is because you said if I got my grades up high enough, you give me some crawdads.
Cal looks, really? That's it? That's all?
Crawdads are good.
So there's no other reason at all that you continue to go forth and put an effort in for your school?
I'm not a fan of people thinking I'm stupid. Works well for me.
Okay, let's broaden that question a little bit. Or narrow it down, I should say. Who? Which people? Or more specifically, what person?
My dad.
Bingo.
Bingo.
Never, even if, look at the attitude you just showed. Even if there's that little bit of dissension, every kid still wants their father to tell them they're doing a good job. Even if your dad threw you in jail. What better way to get back in your dad's good graces than to hand him on a platter the people who just disrupted his entire regime?
Excuse me, Cal, I just got whiplash from you connecting the dots like that.
I'm not the Harbinger.
I mean, I knew that's exactly where he was going the moment he started that whole thing.
I can tell the difference in your things. OPT's face reaction, like, oh, Cal's doing this. Jam's reaction, where the hell is he going with that?
Right. I'm sitting there like, man, this is taking a lot longer to get to where I thought I was going to go.
I know, I did too. I didn't realize I was going to have to do paint by numbers here.
At first, I'm like, oh, he's playing sync pretty well there, and I'm like, wait, I think he's just not getting where he's just going with that. It was good. It was great. I mean, literally the moment you said it, I'm like, oh yeah, he's father thing. Yeah, absolutely.
Alright, fine. So, yeah, that makes sense. He may do something stupid to try to impress his dad.
So we trust him as far as we can throw him.
Zachariah kind of like looks perplexed a bit, and he's like, I mean, I don't really know much about him other than who he is. But I don't know. I honestly don't know. I couldn't sit here and tell you you can trust him. I couldn't sit here and tell you you can't.
At the very least, we don't need him. He already told us information about Josiah. We can go and figure out where this Josiah guy is, get his help without contacting this Brian guy at all.
Here's the thing. If Brian's out, though, like here, he's in play. Like, either he really is just going to stay away and not do anything, or it's as Cal said, and he's going to do something to screw you guys over, as in you two, and Apollo.
Well, we have his phone number. Can we track it?
I mean,
$10, it's a burner phone.
Well, he said itself it was only to last him 30 days.
That's a burner phone.
Yes, but it means we can at least keep track of him for the next day or two as we try to look for this guy.
Do you understand the concept of a burner phone?
Yes, I do. You get rid of it very soon to make sure nobody can keep track of you.
The first thing you do is disable the GPS tracking.
Oh. Yeah, that's obvious too.
Mm-hmm.
I think I might have an idea.
Well, good. It's been a while since you've had one. What you got?
He looked at Zachariah. What's this Josiah character look like?
Well, he's a yellow lizard. He's got some head fins, kind of like, almost looks like human dreadlocks kind of a thing. Just a little more skinny.
Great, we're looking for Eminem the lizard.
Yeah.
Well, he should stand out.
Okay. So, we go take a look around a couple more shelters. We look. We're not named. We don't do anything more. I have a way of getting us in.
Okay.
I just need to make a phone call. Takes out
Okay.
his phone. He's calling the detective.
I kind of figured, like, I was just gonna say O'Malley.
Yeah.
So, O'Malley,
Is it detective or lieutenant? Player can't.
detective. It was lieutenant, and then we made him detective, so we're just gonna go with that.
Detective.
Yeah.
So, I just had a thought.
Okay.
Considering that the influx of political refugees the city is going to be dealing with, not all of them will be able to make it currently to the locations we discussed earlier. Some of them are probably going to be in local shelters, correct?
Actually, yes, we've been utilizing a few local shelters. In fact, we have some undercovers in them to make sure that everybody's safe.
Okay, good. So, I guess the first question is this in every shelter or only some of them?
Right now, only some of them. We're trying to
Okay.
get out more, but, I mean,
Okay.
to be fair, some of them are like, we don't really want police presence here.
Okay, fair enough. Question 2. Do you have a description of all the political prisoners in the shelters you're dealing with?
No, we're trying, but it's not.
Nope.
It's not a complete list.
No, fair enough. If you have any information on, he'll describe the Josiah look, could you let me know? Number 3, and this is the most important one, you guys kind of want to count of all these refugees, right?
Yeah, that would be great.
So I'm thinking it'd be a nice community service project if myself and my friend went and did a little survey for you to discover all these so we can find the guy we're looking for.
Ah, right. What do you need?
Your permission to do the community service project. Just to keep track of anyone who's come in so you guys know. That's all.
Yeah. All right. I'll make a report of some kind and say you're doing it, so it's official.
He goes, clear off all the papers from your fax machine
Why?
because something's coming in about 3 seconds.
Okay.
I need you to sign that and send it back.
What is it? Why is the GM asking? Like, what is it?
Yeah. That's the form saying we're doing this project for you guys, so
Oh.
we can actually get in without questions being asked.
All right. So he gets us like, oh, how did you get our? Okay, that's fine.
How did I get what?
Never mind.
For the record, I got the fax number when I was in your office earlier.
That
I
was-
looked at the fax machine.
That wasn't what I was asking. I was wondering how you got our official station. But you know what? I don't think I want to know.
Were we not in there a week ago fixing the computers?
Yes, you were. It's a thing. As I said, I don't. Just fax it back to you.
Thank you, Detective.
Welcome. Going to get fired at some point from you guys.
Jeez. You need to do that stuff more often.
What stuff?
Making things look really legitimate when they're not really legitimate?
No, this is actually legitimate.
That's why we're friends, Cal. One of many reasons.
No, I'm
That's-
pretty sure we're friends because you're a lost puppy dog and you refuse to go home.
It's nice here. It's warm.
And I make cookies.
Makes you...
Yes, the cookies help.
There's another shot of Gregory kind of looking over at the cookies, going over there. He's like, yeah, no.
They're perfectly fine. What do you think they're going to do? Explode?
Actually, yes.
I wouldn't keep the exploding cookies in the kitchen.
Oh! Doink.
They will explode in your mouth, though.
I mean, that's cookie. It's a flavor thing, right?
Yeah.
These are white chocolate macadamia, by the way.
Ooh, I'm getting one of those.
Greg got the last one.
No!
And below that is the oatmeal raisin.
Oh! Foiled again.
Cal looks around, sneaks over, like, reaches behind the cookie jar. Like, what we see in the comic panel is he moves the cookie jar slightly to the hidden cookie jar underneath the cookie jar that's got the peanut butter cup cookies.
Aww.
We're best friends again. Yay.
I love the look on Cham's face when I said peanut butter cup cookies.
It's one of my favorite things. It happens.
Oh, peanut butter cups are delicious.
Yes, they are.
But now we have full permission to go to the shelters and do a quick survey.
Sweet. Let's start the hunt.
Not quite.
But
He looks at his watch. You have other things you need to do right now.
like right now?
Yeah, like right now. You need to grab the bag by the door and go home.
Yeah. But what?
You need to grab the bag by the door and go home.
What bag by the door?
He points. That one. Looks like a little blue gift bag.
So he goes over there and, like, pulls it open. It's like...
There's an envelope inside. Do not open that. That is for your mother.
Right. All right.
Did Sink ever sign the card, by the way?
No, he didn't get the chance.
Yes.
So, he is going to, though, take the opportunity, now that he sees Cal got a nice gift for his mom. Or so he thinks. And he's going to, like...
Does he look over the bag thoroughly, or just pick it up and look inside?
I think it'll actually be more poignant if he just looks it over and doesn't actually inspect it yet.
Okay.
Yeah. So he's going to, like, pull out a pen because he feels like he's kind of in a hurry right now. So he's going to pull out a pen, get the card out. Like, he's going to scribble his name at the bottom of the card. Like, put it in the envelope and, like, write, like, big letters, Mom, on the back of it.
Right.
Then he's
Also,
gonna...
if I have to, I will trigger always prepared for this.
Okay.
But then he's got to put the card in the bag and get himself ready to go home.
Okay.
So,
So,
teleporting home.
right. So, I forget, your parents don't actually know that you do this magic thing, right?
They don't, which is why Sink teleports to the place he always likes to go to hang out when he wants to be alone.
His closet?
The roof.
Oh, or that. There you go. Alright, so you're on the roof of your house.
He's on the roof of his house, and he casually, like, climbs down to get in through his own window in his house, in his room.
Alright. So your room is pretty much how you left it.
Good. So that means he's gonna walk out and go back into his house and kind of get himself ready. He's gonna probably take off like the crazy, like the hoodie trench coat. He's fine. But he'll walk downstairs and see if his mom is home.
Oh yeah, everyone's there, you know, all of your brothers and sisters and whatnot, and they're all gathered around, and it looks like it's just before they're about to bring out the cake, and they see you coming down, they're like, oh, there you are!
Yeah, here I am. And I got a gift for you, Mom.
Oh, dear, and she walks over and gives you a hug.
Aw.
Thank you, dear. And she takes, I don't know, do you hand it to her?
Yeah, he hands it to her. Hands her the bag that has a package of goobers in it and Cal's supposed card and gift.
Oh. I didn't realize I did that, but that's fine. I just realized, your father's name is also Josiah.
You like certain names.
That wasn't me! That was you, I think.
Oh yeah, it is. We like certain names.
We all have I've got a character with Henry as a middle name and Henry as a first name, okay?
Yeah.
Yeah, this happens.
Doesn't matter. So
I like H names. I have Hunter and Henry.
But I actually don't have a name for your mother.
Irene.
Irene, okay.
I have a name for the entire family here.
Yeah, I got everybody else. I just didn't have your mother.
How could you have everybody else? I didn't give you their names.
Actually, I just have Princeton. Sorry.
Yeah, Princeton's the oldest.
Yep. Alright, so.
There's 6 Sibs in all.
Yep.
Yay.
Yep. So, she gives you a hug and she looks at the gift bag and she's like, did you want me to open this now or do you want me to wait?
I mean, did you already open everybody else's gifts?
We were just about to start. Your father looks at you and she's like, yeah, I was just about to call and see where you're at. I didn't see you come home.
I was just hanging out.
Oh, okay. Did you have a good time outside with your friends last night?
Yeah, Cal's doing awesome.
Good.
Yeah, you can open my gift, whenever you're ready and such. I just thought I'd get you something nice at all.
Okay. So she opens the gift up and sees your card, opens it, and she's like, "Oh, thanks, dear. You really need to work on your signature, but that's great."
Thanks, Mom.
She just kind of smiles at you. She looks at opens the. I don't know if you put in a package or any kind, or just like, the package of goobers. Like, oh, gosh, I love chocolate. Thank you so much, dear.
You're welcome. I knew you did.
So she sees the other card in there. Yeah. She's like, oh, what's this?
So, Cal, I think you're up.
Yeah.
So she opens it, and inside is 2 pieces of paper folded 3-way.
Okay.
The first is a letter.
Okay.
And the letter states, "Dear Sir or Madam, you will find attached to this letter proof of concept of what is being said. However, this letter is to decree to you," I'm trying to write this in my head as I'm going here because I didn't think about this at the time, that, what's Harvard's full name?
His full name is Harvard Palmer. Oh, Harvard L. Palmer.
Yep.
Okay. That has shown remarkable improvement in his academic standing, and therefore has been chosen to receive a complimentary scholarship. And there is a small check attached to it.
Six is kind of like looking at that.
Oh my.
And the second piece of paper is the report card with all of the improved A grades.
So she looks at it and goes, "Oh my gosh, dear! Look at that!" She's like gasping, and she gives you like just this massive hug as she shows your father, who looks at it, and he's just like shocked, like, oh,
As is Sink.
right. Like, they both kind of look at you like, Harvard. You didn't tell me you were applying for anything like this.
Yeah, I didn't want to make a big deal of it.
Plus, look at your grade. You have been working studying pretty hard, haven't you?
Well, to be fair, my buddy Cal's been helping me a lot.
No.
A lot.
I mean, there's nothing wrong with having friends. There's nothing wrong with having friends. Nothing wrong with having friends help you out. Cal, have you ever met him before?
I've talked about him.
I know you've talked about him. I don't think you've ever brought him over here, have you?
Not really. The house is always kind of busy and loud.
Well, true, I guess. But, I guess I'd like to meet this friend of yours sometime. It's helping you out that much. I feel like I should thank him in person.
Yeah, maybe I can bring him over if we have time. Sure. Yeah. I'll try to look for an opportunity. That is a lot of money.
Yeah, no, this is great. See, I told you, hard work pays off, but my goodness, I didn't realize you were even doing something like that.
It surprises me too, Dad.
So, with that, the family is and your siblings look at you like the younger ones are just like, oh my gosh.
Harvard makes a point to actually look at his brother Princeton and kind of give one of those big grins, like, yeah, I'm that cool.
He just kind of looks at you with that, just like that little whatever, little punk.
Was there a second thing inside that bag, by the way?
No,
Yeah, it was 2 pieces of paper. It was the scholarship with the check, scholarship, and then the report card.
Okay.
That was it.
Good. Okay.
Mm-hmm. So, comic panel of you sitting down with family and cake, and your mother just gushing at this point. And then we flip the page back to Cal, who's probably just gotten a text from Sink at some point being like, like, what did you do or something? I don't know.
It's one of those, like, you are awesome.
Mm-hmm.
How am I going to explain this?
He texts back, there's a reason the check is from one of the shell corps.
What reason would that be? I don't have no idea.
I don't know either.
So it can't be traced back to Cal.
Fair.
Oh, right. Yeah, okay.
Random big company saying we've seen improvement. Most parents aren't going to question it.
Fair.
And considering that, it's I say Shell Corp in the factor of it's a it's like a legitimate it's the legitimate company that Cal used to patent a lot of his stupid things.
Mm-hmm.
So it's basically a drug company. Like,
right.
What parent's gonna question that?
Yeah, that's true.
It is a totally legit business.
Yep.
It is. It totally is a legit business.
So yeah, Sink just got a text back then. You are awesome. I think my parents love me now.
They always loved you. Now they'll get off your back.
So, Cal, what are you doing?
So we get the comic panel of Cal texting that. He puts his phone in his pocket, looks up, adjusts the fake glasses he's wearing, holds the clipboard, and you see him just starting to walk around a shelter.
Mm-hmm. All right, so we're gonna get a comic, like a series of panels of almost like a montage of Cal going into a shelter, the writing the names and down and whatnot, talking to staffers, showing the paper. Next one, same thing, just like you get like 4 or 5 comic panels of this, like just this montage of things. 5th one you come to. You walk in. It's a little more rundown. It's kind of about the lower income side of town and whatnot. It's good for what it needs to be, but it's something that they would like to clean up better at some point. But
so it's in the Glades, gotcha.
Basically, yeah. But
which I just now named as the poor section of town, the Glades.
There you go, the Glades. So
world building,
right? So, yeah. I mean, you walk into it, and it's clearly much more unorganized than all the other ones. But I mean, they have enough organization. They have sign-ins and whatnot. But it's clearly not as a smoothly run operation as the other ones. But you're greeted by yet another person who's clearly an operator of the shelter. Somebody coming in with the clipboard, though, everybody gets a little like, what are you doing here? What do you want? Kind of a thing.
I mean, Cal is still a kid, so it's at least slightly less threatening.
It is. No, it is. They're just like, why are you here wanting the clipboard? We don't want to sign petitions.
No, this isn't a petition. I found myself in some hot water, and aside from going to juvie, I volunteered to help out a little bit, and I'm just going around taking stock of all the new refugees coming into the shelters for the local detectives so they can focus on doing other things.
Oh. That seems fine.
See, I've got a piece of paper saying I'm clear to do it.
Oh. Oh, Detective O'Malley. Well, how's he doing nowadays?
When I went in to get this, there were mountains of paper, and I'm pretty sure you have to run the maze to get to his desk chair.
So basically the same. Good to know.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah. Brother was on the force for a while. He moved out of Caelus a while ago, but I've visited him a few times. I know O'Malley. He's a good guy. So yeah, you're a clear kid. Just yeah, don't be too pushy or pestering him too much, because a lot of them are a little. One of them's really, really jumpy.
I mean, I was jumpy just with the threat of going, I can't imagine what anyone here has gone through. I'd be jumpy too.
Yeah. Yes, indeed. All right. But yeah, just if you need anything, just let me know. Said the dormitory's over that way. Just as I said, just
So Cal is going to make a point that the last person he's going to talk to is going to be our jumpy yellow lizard friend.
Yes. Actually, so you get into like one of this shelter it's a little less organized. So instead of having like rooms necessarily for people, they've got just kind of large, almost like dorms for different people and whatnot. And first couple you check don't have any lizards in it. There's one that has like 4 of lizards in that, and they're all just kind of like so most of the lizards that you've seen so far have been mostly keeping to themselves. Like either sitting, not necessarily in a corner, but like sitting down reading something, or just kind of like being a little bit alone, clearly just trying to accept the fact that they're like in society again. Some have just been up and like just conversing with people and whatnot, but you come to a room with like 4 different lizards. None of them are yellow colored, and they're all kind of, I'd say, like huddled around each other a little bit. Not just kind of like looking at each other, talking a little bit freely as they see you kind of peek your head in.
So he's just going to walk in and do the survey, introduce himself, explain what he's doing. Come across as completely non-threatening as possible.
Right. And so they're a little, like weary at first, but as the fact is they start realizing you're a child, and they see the paper and they hear what you're talking about. They're like, especially when you start mentioning that you're here with the police to kind of document all the refugees, they're like, okay, that makes sense. So they're more than happy to give you their information. One of them looks like an older lizard, kind of size, as he comes and sees you. He's like, after he gives you his information, he's like, I mean, I'm fine to help out the police or whatever, but I just don't think they're ready for what's coming.
What do you mean?
I mean, we were just freed by, from what I understand, because I didn't see it too well, 2 children and a cat in a mecha suit. Tribe's not going to be happy. Neither is General Glitz.
I mean, I guess I can let them know that, but I mean, I'm just here to document.
No, yeah. No, I'm not saying anything to you, kid. You're a good kid. Just ramblings of an old man. Don't even listen to me.
Everyone needs to be listened to.
And looks over at you and kind of gives, hey, like for the first time since you've been talking to him, he kind of gives you like a slight little smile. It's like, kind of reaches over and he, like, gives you like a head rub kind of thing. Like, you're a good kid.
Anyone else here I should know about?
They kind of look at each other like, oh, yeah, there's one more. His name's Josiah. He's yellow. You probably don't want to talk to him. Just you write down as much as you can about him from us, and maybe just leave.
Why don't I want to talk to him? I was told to make sure I at least put eyes on everybody.
He's he was a little on edge.
Okay, well, maybe I'll just go introduce myself and at least.
It's just kind of like the older lizard just sighs like, kid, I'm just trying to tell you, maybe too late of terms, but I'm trying to tell you, they did not treat him very well inside. In
He
fact,
thinks for a second. Let me ask you a question.
yeah.
Does this Josiah, does he have any favorite things to drink or eat?
I don't know why the first thing that came to my mind was crickets. No. Uh, kind of like frowns for a moment, thinks, he's like, it's hard to remember because we were all stuck in there for so long, but he really enjoyed white chocolate. I remember that.
Cal smiles as he reaches into his backpack and pulls out a fresh batch of white chocolate macadamia nut cookies.
He looks at you like, just,
I bake.
oh,
It was about they're fresh from like a half hour ago. You want some?
the four of them kind of look at each other, look back at you like,
Bag of cookies, by the way.
what'd you say?
I said it's a gallon-sized Ziploc
Right,
of cookies.
yeah. They kind of look at each other. They kind of look at you like, yeah, sure. If you're all for it.
So he passed out the cookies. Then once they're all eating, he slinks away into wherever he was told Josiah was, so he could avoid him.
Yeah. So there's another dorm area room, but there's nobody in it except for him, and you can see why the moment you walk in, because this guy is pacing around the room, kind of jittery, and is clearly talking to himself.
Excuse me, sir?
Oh, hi. Yes. Are you are you my pizza?
No, but I do have white chocolate macadamia nut cookies if you'd like a couple.
Do I have a peanut allergy? I don't think I have a peanut allergy. No, I don't have a peanut allergy. Sure. Yeah. How much?
No charge. They're free. He walks in a little bit and opens the bag. Take as many as you need.
So he kind of looks at you, looks at things like, "This is a trick. You're a trick.
No, I'm not a trick. I promise.
Nothing's for free."
This is free. The other lizards who are out there, they have some too. They told me you were in here, so I thought I'd come offer you some.
Oh. Thanks. Kind of reaches in, grabs one, kind of like pulls it close to him and just kind of like eats a bit. And it's like, yeah, that's amazing. Thank you, kid.
Not a problem. I made them myself.
Dang. Yeah, I knew humans were good at baking.
I mean, I know it's not my place to ask, but you okay?
What's okay, really? I mean, I don't. There's no okay is fine. No. Yes. I don't know.
Is it being in here? Is it just this place?
No, no, no. I like it here. There's not anyone trying to hurt me. And as you get a better look at him, you start noticing that has scars like all over his body. Like he's not actually wearing a shirt; he's just got like pants on, but he's bare chested and whatnot. And you can see he's been a
Oh,
lot.
um, no, no one here is gonna hurt you, but you still seem like you're nervous. Is there anything I could do at all to help?
Help, help. No, no, no. No, no. In fact, I trying to find someone to help here because am I help. I'm a helper. I can help things. I can help people.
You can. And what do you mean you're trying to find someone to help here?
Well, somebody has to need my help, right? I can help people. I like helping people.
What if what if I said I knew someone who needed your help more than anything?
Then blinks and looks at you like, my help.
Your help.
Who would you need? Who would need my help specifically? Nobody knows I'm here yet.
A friend of mine is suffering from something, and I was told that you were the person I needed to find to help them.
What? Who would tell you a thing like that?
One of the people who helped free you.
Oh? Well, who would that have been?
A mutual friend of yours and mine, who I'm not going to mention a name of right now because I don't know who could be listening.
They're always listening. Everyone's listening. The bugs are listening.
Exactly. But I was specifically sent out, and this is the sixth shelter I've been in looking for you. Because, my friend, you're the only one who can help him. I can't. I tried.
Right. Because, yeah. I see what you're trying to do. I see what you're doing. Trying to lull me in with baked cookies and talk of friends and whatnot. You're just trying to... You're just gonna have me go back there, aren't you?
Why would
He suddenly puts, like, at least 2 beds between you and him.
Josiah, why would I do that? Seriously. I need you to... Look, I know trusting people after everything you've gone through has to be hard. But I need you to do me a favor. I need you to think back for a minute. Think back to last night. To 2 nights ago, excuse me. Think back to everything you saw as you were leaving the Citadel, as you were escaping the Citadel. I want you to think about the people who were there who freed you. And then Cal takes off his glasses. And then I want you to take a good look at me.
I didn't really see much of... It's kind of a blur. It all happened so fast and sudden. I didn't even think it was real. I'm still not sure. And he finally kind of looks over at you and he takes your glass. And at first he doesn't really react too much. He kind of keeps looking back at you. And finally he kind of walks over to you. And he does this thing where he walks over to you and he just kind of leans, like, he puts his, like, muzzle, like, directly in front of your face. Like, yeah, like, just like... Okay, so... Who sent you?
I came here of my own accord because my friend needs your help.
You knew my name. Someone told you who I am.
The people out there told me your name because I'm documenting things. I was told, given your description, otherwise.
That's what I mean. Somebody told you who I was.
Mm-hmm.
Why would they have done that?
Because I saved their son, and now they're helping me save my friend.
What's wrong with your friend?
He's been poisoned.
Lots of people have been poisoned. What's wrong with your friend?
He's been poisoned with celestite.
At that, he just looks at you and stares, and he walks over to you and says, "All right, where are we going?"
Well, we've got him resting in a safe spot right now.
Great, go. Let's go. Come on. Sooner, better, sooner.
Hey, Josiah?
Yes.
Okay. If anyone asks right now where we're going, we're going to pick up your pizza.
Yes, we are. Yes.
So Cal will walk out, leave the bag of cookies for everybody else.
Right.
Then just walk out.
They thank you, but they see Josiah, and they're really kind of confused as to why he's following you. But they're not saying anything because they're just pretty much like, well, if he's gonna follow him, that's great.
Well, if they give the look, Cal's gonna go and say, he said he wanted pizza, and I know a good joint.
He always says he wants pizza. He never actually has ordered any.
Well, that's why I'm gonna go show him the pizza joint.
Fair. Just be careful. I don't think he can actually have any meat.
Okay. Extra cheese and pineapple.
Just say, like, pineapple? Does that go well in pizza?
It does. Let's go.
Okay, great.
So, immediately, once they get out, he goes, "Do you want to go? Like, let's go." He points to the car.
What's that?
That's my vehicle. Would you like to drive, or would you prefer to walk?
You drive.
Okay. He opens the door. He opens the door for him.
Sits in.
He closes it. Yeah. Closes it. Gets in. Shuts the door. Hits the button to go into like full convertible mode. Mm-hmm. Drives off, and then he goes, "Okay. Now that we're out of there, I can tell you exactly who sent me."
Okay.
Zachariah.
Zachariah. I knew it was Zachariah. Senek?
Yes.
He's alive?
He is. Him, his wife, and his son.
Oh. He's the son that was saved. You saved.
Yes. Zachariah's son was the son I helped save.
Oh. Oh, good. Great. It's good to see he's still... Is he the one who's... They injected?
No, that's a different friend of mine.
Okay. Right. Sure. Okay. Different friend of yours. What's his name?
His name is Owen.
Owen. I don't think I know any Owens.
No. And then in the meantime, he's going to be like, car? Text sync. Tell him, I hope the party's going well. If you can excuse yourself, meet me at the lab.
Alright, so Six gets the text message. And how's the party scene looking right now?
I mean, you've had the cake already, so it's just kind of, sitting around, chatting, It's breaking up, pretty much.
I mean, Sink would have excused himself probably once, the chatting, really started, because,
Yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah, he probably would have excused himself, gone up to his room, and upon getting the text message... But today's Sunday?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Oh, Mom and Dad are happy with me. I need to keep that good energy going. Or I need to ruin it immediately. He's going to immediately leave out of his window.
Okay.
And then he will teleport into night to get back to the lab.
Alright. So you walk into the lab and Zachariah and Mary are kind of looking over both Owen and Mackenzie. And Mary looks both content and concerned at oddly the same time.
It's kind of a weird expression.
Well,
Um,
she's really happy with the progress that Mackenzie's making. She's not very happy with the progress that Owen is making.
right. How does Owen look, by the way?
He's still out. And they've actually hooked an IV up to him at this point. He didn't have that one before.
Seems to like stare at that for a little bit before he speaks up and says that there's next I think Cal's coming with some help.
Good. Now, don't worry too much about this. We just needed some way to keep him hydrated because he's not waking up to drink anything.
I'll try my best.
What I meant is that it's not like a drug or any deep kind of thing like that. But yeah, no, your friend is not in the best shape. But if Cal's got help, then hopefully.
At this point, Cal walks through the door. As a matter of fact, I do.
So that's a great place, I think, to just kind of end the comic for the evening.
I thought so.
As Cal walks in, like, as a matter of fact, I do. And this, like, we've got the panel of Cal in the center saying that, and just kind of off to the side is this yellow lizard that just kind of like looking around, like, you know, he's nervous and all this stuff, and he's just kind of like, you know, like, he doesn't realize Cal's talking about him at the moment. But yeah, that's it. So, thank you all for watching. I hope you all you enjoyed that. For Cham and Teach and our currently missing friend Nora, he'll be back later. My name is OPT. Have a good night.